Please welcome Gala President Kristen Prada-Browdy.
We are gathered tonight at a sobering moment in America's history. I don't need to tell you that our house is on fire. Despite the accomplishments of the people in this room, the victories brought about by the staff and volunteers of Gala and the lawyers who support our community, the fact remains that the LGBTQ community, that equality itself, is under an astonishing and direct attack. That the defense of our hard-won civil rights must be waged on two fronts, in courtrooms and in legislatures across this country. 7 bills now pending would allow medical providers claiming religious objections to turn away LGBTQ patients who desperately need medical care. 6 bills would allow agencies to reject LGBTQ individuals seeking to adopt and give loving homes to children in need. 20 bills would ban transgender children from full participation in school activity, including sports. 16 more bills ban affirming care for those trans teens. Some even would make it a felony for doctors to treat our children. And that's just 1/4 of more than 200 bills and all those newly revised federal policies that threaten to roll back the clock to the deeply closeted 1950s, to deny LGBTQ people civil rights, to carve discrimination into our law. If ever there was a time that we needed an organization like Gala, it is now. Here at Gala, we use the money that you donate for free walk-in clinics that we host every single week, serving literally thousands of LGBTQ people throughout this area. It funds our impact litigation that has made new law, particularly in the fields of immigration and non-biological parents. It goes to mentor young out attorneys, and some of it goes to fund Gala's work fighting back against the bigotry being promoted 248 miles south of here, and in advancing equality in our state legislature and those legislatures around the country. This work is some of the most impactful I've ever had the honor to be part of, and it is one of the great honors of my life to serve as the president of Gala. Some of you may know I'm now heading into the last months of my tenure here, but I am not stepping back from these causes. I see the urgency of this moment, the unprecedented attacks on our community, and I've heard the call to ensure that we win true, full, and lasting equality. And that's why I am running for the New York State Assembly. And just as I have been the first transgender president of this organization, I plan to become the first openly transgender person elected to public office in New York. And how nice is that? When I'm elected, my term in Albany will begin the very day after my term ends here at Gala. Now, they made me promise not to turn this into a campaign rally. So I am not going to tell you to take out your phones and go to Kristen4ny.com. That's FORNY.com. But what I am going to do is remind you that while we face truly challenging and ever-evolving threats, we are not facing them alone. We stand on the shoulders of giants. I know you've heard the line before, but it has never been more true than it is in this room, where tonight we honor some of the modern-day giants whose actions and words have bent the arc of history towards equality and justice, and whose lives not only deserve celebration, but provide inspiration for those just starting or contemplating careers in this work. As you learn about the amazing accomplishments of our honorees, I'll also ask you to think back on our sisters at Stonewall, the very founders of our movement, Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Miss Major Griffin Gracie, on their shoulders we all stand. Their courage, more than half a century ago, reminds me that it is in these most challenging and most oppressive of moments that we find our greatest strength. And in this moment of truly unparalleled attacks on our community, it is the people in this room who give me steadfast faith that we have what it takes to meet every single challenge that faces us, even and especially now. Our watchword and yours must be this: can't stop, won't stop. Thank you for joining and supporting Legal and in bringing in tonight in celebrating equality and change in New York. Enjoy this evening, and thank you again for all that you have done and what you will do with and on behalf of us all. We will meet this moment together. Have a great evening.